I don't lose anything. But just know that you lost your dignity by supporting that type of behavior. And the only reason why she's not really acting out for the past couple of weeks is, number one, because I canceled her. Number two, she was off the app. She hasn't made any money. And number three, Mom, thank you for the sub. And number three, she's trying to make sure she behaves so she can make that money. Once she starts making that money again, once that little money starts coming in, she's going to go right back to acting out, getting drunk, trying to be a PDF, trying to make sure she does all this type of stuff to get attention. She's going to go start telling y'all that y'all don't got it like her, that she got Louis bags, that she got Chanel bags, that she got this, that she got that. And she's going to start disrespecting all y'all children by showing her new, by, doing what she do. So go ahead. If that's what y'all want to support, and you guys are mad at me because I'm canceling her, I don't know what to tell you.
It's crazy that now all of a sudden, right, people are sitting there talking about me, saying this, saying that, down talking my name. But when we were together, hanging out, this and that, I was quick to pay for a lot of stuff. It wasn't, I was this type of person, right? I'm not this type of name, right? But now, y'all want to bash me. That's fine. That's fine. Because at the end of the day, I know I stood real to who I was, but y'all couldn't. And also, remember how you got your followers. Remember how you got your views. How you got these interviews. Nobody would have ever known who y'all were if it wasn't for me. And I'm not trying to sound big-headed at all, but I'm just being legit. I come with clout. Do y'all? Hold on, let me wait.
The Ash Trevino drama just took a turn for the worse. Just when we thought the dust was settling, Ash is back on TikTok, this time with a vengeance. After losing her main account with over 1 million followers, Ash claimed she wanted a fresh start, free from drama. But let's be real, she was never going to stay away from the spotlight for long. And with her ex-friend turned arch-enemy, Jaffa, still throwing shots, Ash is now ready to fight back. But Jaffa isn't Ash's only problem. Former friends Brianna Oslin and Vale have also entered the battlefield, and the accusations they are throwing are nothing short of explosive. So what's exactly going on here? Is Ash being unfairly targeted, or is she just facing the consequences of her own actions? Let's break it all down. Ash is back on TikTok using a backup account, and she wasted no time reigniting old battles. This time, she is teaming up with Heartbreaky, the person she's been feuding alongside since her fallout with Jaffa. Of course, Ash couldn't go long without those TikTok gifts she's grown so dependent on. During a recent live, she and Heartbreaky took turns calling out Jaffa, accusing her of being jealous and acting like she's the only person allowed to succeed in the battling space.
And now he's shooting for her, and I told her that. So out of respect, she should block him, right, while we're battling. At least block him while we're battling. And then unblock him later on. So I told her, I'm not battling tonight. Go ahead and play with whoever you're going to play with. I'm just going to do me. So, because I've already told her. Out of respect, like if Diana came on my side, which is one of her gifters, and shot for her, or for me, against her, then I wouldn't. So out of respect, she can go ahead and do what she's going to do, and I just won't play her tonight. That's how I'm going to treat everybody, to be honest.
Heartbreaky didn't hold back, calling Jaffa a fake Christian who preaches kindness while doing the exact opposite. Ash chimed in, saying she had originally planned to stay silent about Jaffa, but that she would wait for what's coming. She's then doubled down, warning that she's no longer going to play nice. Whatever she's planning, it's clear Ash is out for revenge.
Let me battle you again, and he's going to come back. And you don't block him, so I'm not doing it. I've already said that last night. Anybody that gets hate gifts against me will not be battling me. And I don't care if that means I won't battle. I just won't battle.
Even Heartbreaky had to step in and tell Ash not to spill too much, advising her to let Jaffa find out the hard way. This entire situation feels like a deja vu of their earlier feuds, but this time, the tension is even thicker. Ash's return to the platform is less about rebuilding and more about settling scores. Her fixation on Jaffa has become a major talking point, fueling speculation that Ash has no real plan outside of seeking revenge. While Ash presents herself as the victim of an unfair cancellation, her actions suggest otherwise. She isn't just responding to criticism, she's actively escalating the drama, ensuring that Jaffa remains a central figure in her comeback, rather than addressing the concerns that led to her cancellation in the first place. She's leaning into the controversy, possibly hoping that her feud with Jaffa will generate enough traction to re-establish her presence on the platform.
Oh, and tell Giovanni, I take husbands. If I don't, my cousin will. So watch your husband, baby girl.
The irony here is that while Ash accuses Jaffa of being obsessed with her own downfall, Ash herself seems just as preoccupied with getting even. It's a never ending cycle of accusations, retaliation, and public callouts, one that keeps viewers engaged but ultimately leads nowhere. The more Ash teases her supposed plans, the more people wonder what exactly she's planning. And more importantly, does she even have a strategy beyond throwing threats on live streams? Ash blames Jaffa for her downfall, claiming she's the reason she lost her 1.1 million follower account. And she's not entirely wrong. Jaffa worked tirelessly to get Ash taken down, but the question is, was it for justice or was it personal? After Ash made vile comments towards Zara, the daughter of her ex-husband Isaiah, who had passed away, saying that he deserved what happened to him, Jaffa launched a full-scale campaign to cancel her. While Ash's words were undeniably disgusting, Jaffa's dedication to the mission seemed to go beyond just holding her accountable. She mobilized her followers to mass report Ash's account, targeted anyone who gifted Ash, and even hired a lawyer to collect evidence against her.
You want to keep talking about me, my kids, my husband? That was me. Try again. Make another one. Make another one. Make another one. Your people will love you. Your people want to support you. But let me tell you, once your account is gone, once your account gets gone like this, whatever money she just made in the past 3 days is gone. So stop, everybody who gives her, stop wasting your coins. Oh, she made a new one? Okay, bet. Can you tell me which one that is? Did I not tell you it was going to be a matter of days? Did I not tell you it was going to be a matter of days? For all of you that subscribe to her, Amanda Hernandez, you're the number one, her little Timu lawyer. You just came in my chat. Amanda Hernandez, that's her lawyer. Her lawyer, right? Keep my name and keep my husband's name out of her mouth.
That's right. Jaffa spent money to make sure Ash was permanently removed from TikTok. She compiled inappropriate clips from Ash's lives, including disturbing interactions with barely legal men, and allegedly handed them over to TikTok. And after months of relentless effort, Jaffa finally got what she wanted. Ash's main account was permanently banned. But even after achieving her goal, Jaffa didn't stop there. She seemed sure Ash couldn't rebuild reporting her new accounts until they were taken down. It was almost as if she was determined to erase Ash's presence entirely, ensuring she had no chance at regaining her influence. This relentless pursuit raises questions. Was Jaffa truly acting out of moral duty, or was there a deeper, more personal grudge at play? Some speculate that their past friendship turned bitter rivalry had more to do with personal betrayal than just Ash's actions online. Jaffa's campaign wasn't just about deplatforming Ash, it was about making sure she had nowhere left to go. It's also worth noting that cancel culture often thrives on public outrage, and Jaffa knew how to weaponize it. By continuously rallying her followers against Ash, she created an environment where every mistake Ash made was magnified. This wasn't just accountability, it was a full-scale taken down, fueled by months of persistence and personal investment. And yet, despite all this effort, Ash is still attempting to claw her way back. With each new backup account, she refuses to let Jaffa have the final say. The cycle of attack and retaliation is far from over, and at this point, it's hard to tell whether either of them will ever truly move on. One thing is clear, Jaffa's fixation on ensuring Ash stays down is just as intense as Ash's desire to make a comeback. Was this really about justice, or did Jaffa have a personal vendetta? Because from the outside, it sure looks like something deeper was at play. One of the biggest points of contention between Jaffa and Ash revolves around Ash's children, and more specifically, their living conditions. Jaffa has repeatedly shamed Ash, claiming her daughters don't even have beds to sleep on. She even went as far as offering to buy them a bed, but Ash allegedly refused. Jaffa later claimed she went ahead and sent the bed anyway, but Ash denied her ever receiving it. That is until Jaffa came back with receipts. Literal proof showing a screenshot of the bed being delivered to Ash's home address. The background in delivery photos matched previous images Ash had posted of her home, leaving no room for doubt.
On it. She picked it out and everything. But now this is where I'm really pissed off. Now this is where I'm really upset. Because it got delivered. And then Eviana messages me and she goes, it's not there. And I'm like, well, let me call, let me find out, let me see, let me track it. And she says, and I said, it said it's delivered. And mind you, Eviana was not staying with her mom because her mom was, chilling with, what's her name? Susanna or whatever the case may be, when she went to Houston. The day that this lady came back, those beds got delivered. And it showed delivered and received. Eviana went the next day, and the beds were not there. I don't know.
But Ash stuck to her story, insisting she never got the bed. That is until another twist emerged. Jaffa later claimed that a friend of hers went to Ash's home and spoke to her neighbors, who said the bed had been picked up by a man in a white pickup truck. Later, the same truck was allegedly seen at Ash's parents' house, suggesting the bed was now in their possession. The situation quickly escalated, with both women doubling down on their claims. Jaffa continued to push her narrative, calling Ash a liar and further reinforcing the idea that Ash not only deceives her audience, but also fails to provide for her children. Meanwhile, Ash maintained that Jaffa was fabricating details to make herself look like a savior, while making Ash look like an unfit mother.
So again, y'all can believe that, but I feel like it was totally God, and he blocked that evilness from coming into my house and around my kids. Thank you, God, for not sending those beds to my place. I do not want the evilness of Carla F. I would have never accepted them. I don't want a thing from her. She can sit here and act like I'm saving them. No, you're not. You're not.
The debate over the bed turned into a full-blown spectacle, with TikTok users dissecting every piece of evidence, trying to determine who is telling the truth. What made the situation even more bizarre was the timing. Ash's insistence that she never received the bed despite mounting evidence raised eyebrows. If the bed was indeed picked up and taken to her parents' house, why was she so determined to deny it? Was she afraid that admitting she received the bed would mean giving Jaffa credit? Or was she simply caught in her own lie and unwilling to backtrack? Regardless of the answer, this feud over a single bed became symbolic of the larger battle between Ash and Jaffa, a battle over credibility, reputation, and control over the narrative. Whether Ash truly never received the bed, whether she simply did want to admit it, the entire ordeal further fueled the flames of their ongoing war, leaving their followers more divided than ever. Jaffa isn't the only person Ash has to worry about. Her former friends Brianna, Oslin, and Vel have also turned against her. They recently came forward with shocking claims about what really happened during their trip in San Antonio, where they ended up in police custody. According to them, the entire group, including Ash, Belly Lego TikTok star Deacon, and others were detained after the altercation at the restaurant escalated. But what made things worse was the fact that Deacon was caught with a modified firearm, a charge that could have landed him in prison for over 10 years. But here's where it gets messy. Brianna and Vale claim that Ash tried to pressure them into taking the blame for her. They say she had illegal substances in her bag and begged them to say the bag was theirs so she would not face any charges. This despite the fact that both Brianna and Vale were in the middle of custody battles of their own children. They refused, knowing a criminal charge could ruin their chances of keeping their kids. What makes this situation even more twisted is that Brianna and Vale had allegedly helped Ash numerous times before, yet when it came to something that could destroy their futures, Ash showed no hesitation in throwing them under the bus. They described feeling blindsided, betrayed by someone they had once considered a close friend. To them, it was clear that Ash only valued people for what they could do for her, not for who they were. Meanwhile, Ash later went on live accusing them of being fake friends for not taking the charge on her behalf. She even claimed she would have bailed them out if they had just been loyal.
Bro, I can sit here and tell the whole entire story from start to finish, but I don't want to because it gets twisted. You know, like whenever I said that somebody took the blame for my purse because I told him not to grab my purse, and he grabbed my purse and he did what he had to do. And so I literally, I told him, don't grab it. Don't. I'm going to get it. And he's like, no, I got it. I said, okay. I didn't know what was in there. I didn't know he had put something in there. And I was so mad whenever the cop took it because she was like, let me see that bag. And she looked in it. She goes, and she's like, whose is this? And he's like, it's my bag. And no, it was not Decane, you guys. So I don't know why y'all keep saying it was Decane that took the blame.
What happened with him? Is he going to be in there forever?
But let's be real, expecting someone to take a felony charge for you isn't friendship, it's manipulation. The fallout between Ash and her former friends didn't end there. In the days following their public allegations, Ash continued to go on TikTok Live, attempting to discredit them. She painted Brianna and Vale as unreliable. claiming they were only telling half-truths to make her look bad. However, their stories remained consistent, and they even hinted that there were more secrets about Ash that they hadn't yet revealed. The tension between them only added fuel to the fire, making it clear that this was far from over. It was one thing to have online feuds, but when real-life consequences come into play, like potential prison time and custody battles, law is tested in ways that reveal a person's true character. And based on what Brianna and Vale have said, Ash's true colors have been exposed in the worst way possible. At this point, it's clear that Ash and Jaffa's feud isn't dying down anytime soon. Ash is back and more determined than ever to take Jaffa down, while Jaffa is still actively working to make sure Ash never regains her platform. And let's not forget Brianna and Vale, who are now exposing Ash for being the toxic friend they claim she always was. The cycle of drama between these former friends seems to have no end in sight, with each new development only adding more fuel to the fire. Ash's relentless attempts to rebuild her presence on TikTok, despite Jaffa's continued efforts to shut her down, suggest that neither of them is willing to back down. Meanwhile, Brianna and Vale's revelations have opened yet another chapter in this saga, making it increasingly difficult for Ash to paint herself as the victim. So what happens next? Will Ash finally get her revenge? Will Jaffa continue to be the one calling the shots? And at what point does all of this just become exhausting for everyone involved? As the situation escalates, the lines between accountability and personal vendetta continue to blur, leaving many wondering whether this battle is really about justice or just another attempt to dominate the narrative. One thing is for sure, this drama is far from over, but as we wait for the next chapter to unfold, let me know what you think in the comments. Is Jaffa really the hero she claims to be? Or is she just as bad as Ash? And do you think Ash will ever be able to make a real comeback? Or will this feud eventually destroy them both? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates, because you already know this story isn't ending anytime soon.
Bossy.